How you doing, everybody? MDW back again with another action figure review, and today, look at the size of this thing that turned up. I cannot believe how big this box is. It's absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to open this figure. I haven't opened it at all. I was leaving it for this review, guys. This is probably one of the biggest action figure decisions I've had to make over the past few years. I literally had this guy in my car. I was like, oh, I'm going to buy one. And I took him out of my car. Oh, I don't really want him. How can I justify this much money? Have I got the space to display him? Blah, 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 blah. All you collectors out there know that the Jabba sail barge came out from Hasbro, the HasLab, and that kind of really didn't come across the UK at all if you want to pay 1,500, 1,600 quid. So I was looking at getting that, and I thought, do you know what, if I can't get that, I'll go for this guy instead. And to be fair, shout out to the missus, because this is pretty much my Christmas and birthday present combined. So we've just finished paying it off, pretty much, paid ridiculous amounts to import it. But Sideshow Collectables, Deluxe 6 scale figure, Jabba the Hutt, with his days, his water dish, Salacious crumb, everything. All my colleagues at work know I've been waiting for this all week. My missus knows I've been waiting for this because she paid for the customs to come in. It all turned up today, and I'm going to open it for you now! Guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. So, first of all, I thought I'd like to give you a bit of a size comparison with this to my dog. So, if you guys haven't seen these on my Instagram feed already, this is my pup. And literally, when he's turned up, he was like, what the hell? The guy delivered it had to have like a pallet truck to drop it off at my front door. It is huge. And as I say, I've opened it up now there for the first time. It's got the Star Wars logo at the top. Oh, look at that, the box there. Absolutely amazing. So this is going to be incredible. I'm going to turn the camera off now. I can't even get in the picture because it's so big. I'm going to turn the camera off now, take this thing out, we'll have a look at the outer box. Okay, here we go, guys. The packaging is off. I've had to go handheld mode to show off the front of the box here because you guys won't be able to see anything otherwise, it's so big on the screen. So, a bit of glare from the sun, so I'll try and get that out of the way there. There we go, so there's the box itself. So, standard box really, it fits in with all the other Sideshow collectible stuff. It's got the 6 scale logo down the bottom, Star Wars, Jabba the Hutt, and Deluxe Throne. Then a picture of the figure. There, with all the bits you get in the box. I cannot wait to get my hands on this guy. Look at that, absolutely huge. Side, nothing really going on. Star Wars, Deluxe figure. And then on the back, oh, excuse the crap camera angles there. There's a picture of the figure being displayed. Again, some sun glare. There we go, one of his interchangeable faces you get in with it. His eyes, his mouth, so he's having a little snooze. Salacious crumb down there as well. But there we go, guys. You do not want to see the box. You want to see the figure itself. I'm going to open it up now and see possibly the greatest thing I've ever purchased. So taking the figure outside of the box, this is what you are confronted with, this huge polystyrene beast. I just thought I'd give you guys a little look inside the box before I start taking it apart. So you've got like a polystyrene lid that you take off, and then all these little individual bits are all wrapped up neatly in little holes in the polystyrene, and then you get a little set of instructions, the tiniest set ever, of Jabba the Hutt and Throne assembly instructions there. Looks like just to do with his like smoking pipe and Salacious crumb looks like there. And then it looks like that the main bulk of the figure, oh good lord, is oh my god, he's massive in there. Okay, yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to leave all these little bits here. I'm just going to take out the main figure now. Get ready. Guys, welcome back. So, after all the unpacking and putting bits everywhere, taking them out very carefully, which to be fair is very hard when you've just got one person here, just me and myself. Actually, literally has to turn the box upside down, pull the polystyrene out, and oh, it's a nightmare. So I would recommend you do it with 2 people if you can, if you pick up one of these guys. Kudos to Sideshow Collectables, it was really well packed. The actual body of Jabba itself was all wrapped up. There was polystyrene cut to fit his body shape. His tail was really well protected. So was the days, really. So overall I was quite pleased with that. I had a little bit of damage, so there's a tiny little control panel on the top there, just in front of his drinks bowl, which has come off, but that's just the glue just drying up, and just re-glue that. So that is not a problem. Here it is, everybody. So as you can see, I've put his eyes and his face in because I want to, kind of do a bit of a longer review for this one and put all these bits in and look at them individually, because this is a massive piece, as I've said many a time, and I just wanted to do quite a comprehensive review. So if you guys are thinking about picking this guy up, and you haven't seen any reviews already on YouTube or anything like that, I know perhaps some of the big guys have got it for free to review it, but us mortals here, have to save up and pay for them. But if you haven't seen a review, and I've tried to avoid seeing reviews so that it didn't spoil it when my one turned up, stay tuned. So I'll go through everything that he comes with. There's a lot still to go through. Let's get a few measurements for you though. So the days itself, let's have a little look at this here. So the measurements you can see on the actual website there. But this days, literally, you're talking nearly 26 inches long for the days. And then talking another 15.5 inches wide. Jabba himself actually sits over the days, hangs over at his tail at the end there. So you're talking, this is really rough estimates here, but Jabba's nearly kind of like 29, 30 inches long. Height-wise, again, Jabba, you're sitting there talking 13, but obviously then his days as well is another nearly 4, 5.5. So he is a massive, massive figure. I didn't really know how big he was going to be actually until I got him out of the box and sat him on his days here. Just to give you a little kind of comparison right from the start here. So I've got a 1/6 scale Stormtrooper Hot Toys figure, and as you guys can see, there he is, standing next to the Jabba. He's absolutely mentally big. You just cannot fathom how big it is until you put it next to the rest of your collection. I had the vintage Jabba figure, you got him and you sat him down and all the figures were the same size as him and all the figures were kind of a bit taller than him standing up. Not with this guy, You can place all your bounty hunters around him, you get loads of his cronies, you have mercenaries, and then he's literally just going to stand out and look like the best thing of your entire collection with that. Sideshow or Hot Toys, shout out, I want a Bib Fortuna, pretty sharpish, so you can stand here. You get C-3PO perhaps now as well as a translator. Even Lando Calrissian perhaps in his Tamtail Screech undercover outfit. But yes, guys, there's a little comparison if you can see that a bit better there. So there's the Stormtrooper. And he's standing on the days and he's just only a little bit taller than him. It's just the mass of Jabba, the bulk size of him. He's quite lightweight. Literally, so you just pick him up. He hasn't got obviously any articulation, so this body bit here is just literally one big kind of like one big piece. It almost feels like a statue a bit. It is plastic, I believe. It's got a little hollow bit feel to it. The paint app is really decent on it. I'm going to have a look closer up at Jabba in a second with some close-up shots. I've got his eyes and everything in as well. But it feels like a giant piece of ham. He's really good. Sculpt looks really nice. Then the days itself has got a nice finish to it as well. So again, we'll go in close where it's got a nice rust look to it, weathered. The stone that he's sitting on here looks really old. There's like holes in it. But again, we'll look at the base. So this is probably one of the heavier parts of it because it's got to weigh the figure down. It has got a picture of Jabba, the deluxe figure on the bottom there, and it's got 4 feet on it as well. It's got a bit of material on the feet so that when you put it down on a surface, it doesn't scratch and it sits really nicely on there. Loads of cool features I've noticed already. There's his food bowl as well, which has got a nice little kind of bit of solid resin that fits in there. I'll show you that again. But there's just an overall look, guys, of what the figure kind of looks like and none of the glitzy bitsy bits on it. We're going to start going through that now because I've got this huge bag of pillows. So loads of pillows and rags and stuff to go on to decorate his days before we sit him on it. So I'm going to put those on now and we'll come back to it. Right, everybody, so let's talk cushions. So you get quite a few in the little bag. They've all got little beans in them. You have to fill out little bean bags, which is quite cool. That cushion's really great. The nice little shine on it. And there's loads of little mini cushions as well. So you can see there's a giant pile of cushions, all weathered, brown ones. Really nice colour palette. And then you've got, looks like a skinned squirrel there. With again, nice fluffy texture to it. So put that on. And then there's a kind of a brown one. It's a bit more kind of rougher feel to it. Markings all over it, which again you can put down here. You can literally display them over your wall. I think I just kind of took a bit of inspiration off of the front of the box. So these kind of drape down. And then the rest of the cushions, I believe you can pretty much kind of position them however you want. Generally it looks like the picture once Jabba's on the throne, which I'm going to put here. Jabba back on here now, like that. Oof. There we go. Okay. Then you can, I think, just kind of go around rearranging the fur bits and the pillows and everything like that. How you want, just sitting all down the front of there. God, it's so huge, you have to move it around again. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So I think they just kind of all literally just place all around there like that, however you want them. Next few bits we're going to go over the cups. There. So they put a lot of detail into this. Yeah, there's loads of little bits that sits on Jabba's throne. So you get 3 cups there, guys, all weathered. And then you got a little bowl of food as well, little wooden bowl there. And I believe they just all just get positioned just at the end of the days there where people have had something to eat, something to drink, and just sod it off. So the next bit we're going to look at is his pipe. So look at this. This is really nice. Great ornamental detail, weathered down gold. It's got like a rubber pipe that comes out the top, which is cool, so it's completely flexible. And then obviously he's got the smoking part at the end. And then inside here, you've got really nice kind of frosted glass with this vapour coming off the liquid inside the vial. Superb, you know, just as we know with the vintage toy, this here just sits on top. There like that, just clicks in place. We'll have a look at his food residing in the little kind of resin bowl at the bottom there in a second. But yeah, let's carry on putting the figure together. There's the end of the smoking pipe. It's a bit that actually fits in his hand. It's got a nice little thick rod in there, so that just literally fits in there as well, and then you can put Jabba's hand around holding it. So going through the box now, I've finally uncovered Jabba's expressions. So these fit onto the figure, and I'll show you in a second there, but there's 3 different lower jaws for him. So there's one that's just kind of got his tongue in, and then this one, he's got his tongue sticking out, or his slime coming out there, really great. And then another one as well, I believe his tongue is kind of up higher, so there'll obviously be a second part to the mouth. So you get 3 of those in with Jabba. Then you get the set of eyes. These are really cool as well. So there's one there where he's open, something startled him. 2 there where he's asleep, and then 2 is normal. Obviously you can interchange them as well, so you can have one asleep and one open. You can do some funny combos with that. Right, let's get these expressions in. My mistake, there is no upper jaw, because his upper jaw is literally here. So let's pick one of the faces. So this literally there, and then I believe there's magnets in there that pull him in place as well, because you can feel a little bit of a pull. You put it in, there you go, that is in place, and then you just literally put the eyes in again, and they are got magnets in them, I believe, to keep them in place there. There we go, guys. Facial expressions in, and now let's put the arms on. So hands, we're talking 2 left and 2 right. So we've got these ones here, he's got this great the tattoo he's got on his arm. So this one here, again, just literally resting his hands. Most of them are resting pose. He's got one there who's pointing. And then the other side, he's got one there, I believe he's leaning his kind of hand, or his arm, sorry, on the days there at the side. And then one where he's got his hand across, kind of gripping something as well. So that's probably one for holding his pipe. Let's put this in. So again, same principle. Got the kind of block it fixed into the arm. There we go, sits in there nicely. Let's go for this kind of one there. Then around the other side. There you go, both arms in place. They do come out nice and easy as well, so you literally just give them a little twist, pull them out, and literally put the other arm in as well. So loads of posability. Everything seems like it comes out quite nicely. There you go, just pull it out, put the old dirty tongue one in. Yeah. Oh, Joe, I think that's one of my favourite ones, that one. I think I'll probably have to display with that. You take his eye out, you do his kind of like pervy little look. Oh, God. Cool. There you go. Yeah, so everything moves. That's just wrong. Everything just moves around really nicely, comes out really nicely, and it really does add the finishing piece to Jabba. There are a couple of lines I would like to say. So if I just quickly zoom in here. As anything, you're going to have, it's an action figure with interchangeable parts, really. You know, you can see the line here on his jaw, each side, and around his eyes. Some of them, when I first put them in, I was like, oh God, you know, but they kind of camouflage themselves quite nicely, actually. If you twist them around a little bit, when you put the eyes in, they do kind of sit in with the rest of it. The nice thing is the paint job is spot on with them as well, so it does kind of camouflage them a little bit. if you just want to change them out. Some of them look better than others. I think they actually look a little bit better contrast the skin with all these lines rather than the ones that are open just a second ago. But you know what I mean, it's everyone's preference of what one you display it with. Yeah, there we go guys, here's a look at Jabba's facial expressions and how you interchange them. Now let's have a look at Salacious Crumb. Yes, here we have Salacious. So, you know, I'm quite pleased with this actually. I didn't think there'd be as much interchangeability with Salacious as I thought there was going to be. So you've got obviously his main body, little spatter monkey, and you've got two little heads. So he's got one with going, and then one with just looks like his kind of sarcastic face. I believe these are all just kind of magnets. Whoa, yeah, it's a powerful magnet that is. That guy go in. So yeah, moves around though when it's in. That's quite cool. And then literally, I believe you just kind of pick what poses you want. So they're all like the left and the right legs. Oh god, here we go. Do this on camera now. Alright, I think that's that leg. Oh, okay, so they are all cut to a specific shape to fit in to the body. There you go, so that one there. So that goes in there like that. Ah, okay. Of course, there's one there he's sitting down, relaxing. I think most of his arms will fit in. There we go. I think they all pair up, so there's a whole set of arms that have got a red paint job on the bottom of the peg, and then one that's got yellow, so I think they just all marry up there. Excuse the dog, he's going mad. There you go, so I think they all marry up, so there we go. Figure there. Nice paint job on him. Yeah, he's got loads of different browns going on. All these muscles and little bits and pieces have all been picked out with a darker brown, so he's had kind of like a pre-shade. His face is really cool. He's got the kind of nasty little yellow eyes, funny little haircut. Yeah, so there's a nice gradient with the browns. All the little stripes across his back and his tail have all been picked out as well. Grey fingernails, claws on his fingers and on his feet there. So yeah, that's a really cool figure as well. There we go, he's ready to sit there and give his opinion on everything. He's absolutely tiny compared to Jabba as well, so the scale is really nice on it. Look at that. It does like his little pet spatter monkey. Okay, so just a quick word on how you fix the pipe to his hand, everybody. So you unattach the pipe, like I showed you at the start of this metal rod here, and then you literally slide the bottom bit of the pipe up, making sure that this little groove here sits just above his third finger. And then all you do is literally reassemble the pipe in two parts again, back to one at the top there. Okay, so that stops it from snapping or breaking or forcing it right the way through the hand, and you're ready to display them. And you just literally fit it back on. There we go. And he's ready to smoke it doobie. So that's all the accessories that comes with Jabba, and all the action features and Salacious Crumb has all been looked at. So let's just have a little once over guys of the paint job before we wrap up the review. So you guys can see, if I zoom right in here as well, there's lots of weathering across the entire stonework on his days here. You've got these great Cyclopean statue figureheads coming out, which have got some really great rust effects on them. So all these rings here are actually metal, which is nice. They move around a bit, and they've all got this really blue rust, kind of oxide rust over them all the way around, so that's really great. Nice weathering all over. We can see here his little food dish. So if I remove his smoking bars off of that, there you guys can see he's got some of his food in there. So this here is a solid cast of resin or plastic, clear plastic, whatever it is. I don't think it might be resin actually. I don't really know. If you go on the website, I'll probably tell you. But there, and then he's got one of his little food creatures that he eats in there, cast into the plastic, ready for him to eat. And so obviously you could just literally pop that in the bowl. It's got some nice weathering details on the inside of it. It's been like shaded, so when you put the clear water back in there like that, it sits there and looks like something foul just sitting around in some kind of swampy water. Really cool. So have a move in and have a look at Jabba himself. So his skin, it's got lots of detail and it's all been picked out. All these like old lines, veins. He's got loads of different types of like boils and ruptures all over his skin. He's got like a really hard bit there with loads of kind of scales, everything coming down. And then this bit here, obviously, he's got loads of fat. It looks like he's kind of like stretch marks he's got going on all the way around there. He just gained so much weight. all the way down. The colour of the skin is really nice as well. It's not too bright, it's quite subtle, so you've got the really dark green on the top that blends all the way through into the pinky kind of yellowy, foul, kind of fatty colour. His tail goes a bit darker at the end, which is cool. It's a bit more kind of redder here than at the front of his skin. He's got loads of like little speckles and freckle bits all picked out with the paint job as well, so that's quite nice. It just gives his skin like a little bit more narrative, a little bit more kind of differential bits from over the actual whole of the figure. He's got as well a little scar there as well. He's got a little nick as well, so it's part of Jabba's history, I believe that is there. So he's got like a little old wound there. Let's go around. It's got all the fat lines have all been picked out with like a nice wash in there, and then obviously the lighter parts of the skin just again fade away into the dark green. Let's have a look at the back again. He's got this giant bulbous kind of fat reserve sacs just hanging down his back there, the back of his head. And say this is all darker skin here. There's not much kind of the pinky flesh, but it's all picked out with all lines all being like sculpted out, and then all picked up with like kind of a lighter colour wash or paint inside them all. A bit of yellow there going on. So yeah, there's loads going on with his skin all over. There's not really kind of one bit that is like the same. There's loads of colours blending all the way over him. And then the actual part here as well that he leans on, the actual kind of shelf he's got going around him there, is picked out again. It looks like kind of a horrible iron colour, rust. It's all over it, little speckles of rust. And then you've got a bit of brass coming through as well. So yeah, that's really nice picked out. I don't think you can remove that off of the days. So it's just sitting there. And you've got some more of the cyclopean hedge around the side. Lots and lots of kind of smears of dirt running down and old water, a bit dank, weathering. Yeah, so there we go guys. Let's look at the paint job, the paint app. The eyes are really well done. So, and the nose has got like a horrible bit of snot coming out of his nose. You guys remember Return of the Jedi, there's kind of a couple of scenes where he just starts talking, he's just got this fresh kind of loads of phlegm coming out of his nose and at the corner of his mouth and everything. So that's really cool. He's quite obviously, a lot of it is the matte finish on it, so he's not really very slimy. It is a matte finish to it, but obviously his nose is all slimy there, it's picked up, and inside of his mouth has got a gloss finish to it as well. So there we go everybody, there is my unboxing and review of the 1/6 scale Jabba the Hutt figure from Sideshow Collectables. Like I said at the start of the video, I've never thought about umming and ahhing about getting a figure so much. Literally, I was put off by the fact it was Sideshow, and I just don't enjoy their figures as much as some of the Hot Toys stuff that you can get. But this thing was just absolutely massive, it promised to be huge. And I didn't think many people would have this figure, so I thought, you know what, I've got all the bounty hunters from Sideshow. I thought it would look at such a great centrepiece to have all of them standing around him. Perhaps one day I'll do like a Gamorrean guard, or say Bib Fortuna, which can stand with him as well. Everything about the figure is great. It's not really a posable action figure, it's more just like a statue that sits there in the centre of your collection. Salacious Crumb's got some good options to display him with, and so has Jabba as well. The paint job and everything has been really, really well looked after. The meticulous detail they've gone to for it, they have really made an effort with it. And so the likeness of Jabba is pretty decent. The only thing I would say sometimes is I get put off by the line here, but I understand that's part of it. If you want to have the head swaps out, then that's the sort of price you're going to pay for it as well. There is something missing. I don't think he looks 100% Return of the Jedi, but again, he's it's just the size of the figure that gets to me. This thing is, I just don't know where I'm going to put this guy after I finish this review. Literally, I'm going to have to hunt around finding him a place for him to go. So yeah, he's available to buy now, guys. I don't know if he's limited edition or not with a certain number, but there was plenty still on the Sideshow Collectables website when I purchased this guy there. Unfortunately, guys, in the UK, you're going to pay upwards of £800 for him. Yeah, £800. 150 of that is going to be him being imported into the good old UK with the VAT charges. So, again, I don't know if this review has swayed you guys into possibly wanting to get a Jabba the Hutt and add it to him. He is the centrepiece. He's one of the best things that I've bought collection-wise so far. And I say he's going to take pride of place, probably in the Deluxe cabinet if I can find one somewhere to store him in. But thanks very much, everybody, for watching and opening this figure with me, this unboxing video. It's been really great showing you guys first-hand all my reactions to it and just seeing the figure, opening him up with you. So yeah, if you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe. And remember, if you do subscribe to me, make sure you put on your little alarm icon on YouTube so that whenever I do a new video, you guys are the first to see it. I've got another Hot Toys review coming out in the next couple of days. The only hint I'll give you to it is hello there. So if you know what that is, you know that Hot Toys figure is coming soon with the review. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. I'll see you soon. The Jabba The Hutt.
Find MDW on Facebook and Instagram now at MDW_toys.